Well, back at the boat again. I was here a couple days ago. Started removing stuff from the right down in there. It's getting cleaned up a little bit. I know it looks like hell, but I was just talking to one of the yard guys about pulling the generator and pulling the motor in the springtime when all these boats aren't surrounding me. We can get the fork in here. Get these things to fork out of here. Let me show you what I was doing today though, topside. Before that though, had a guy from a fire suppression company, I forget the name of it, Rochester Fire I think it is. As you can see down below, there's a rather large Halon fire suppression tank that is still active. It is definitely still active. I was looking at the tag, last inspected in 93. Wow, 93. Where was I? Yeah, a little place called Somalia. Anyway, so I don't want to mess with it. Halon sucks all the oxygen out of the air, blah, blah, blah. Didn't want to go through all that. Didn't want any discharge all over this place either. So I called them. Number that was on the tag down there. There's a tag on it over there somewhere. They said, yeah, we'll come out. We'll take a look at it. So he was here this morning. Fellow former Marine. So the system is still active for sure. It's definitely still active, but it's so old that he's not quite familiar with it. So it's a little cold here. He's not quite familiar with the system, so he took some pictures, messed with some kind of regulator or something on it, and let me get that light, there we go. He tinkered with it, looked around, snapped a few pictures, made a few phone calls, and long story short, he's going to be back on Monday. Come to think of it, it's going to be Tuesday because I'm getting a new windshield put in the Subaru on Monday. I got to call him on that. But we're getting rid of that so I can continue gutting everything down here in the engine bay. The water heater's got to go. Everything, whatever's not wood and structural is going. On a side note, I took a good sized hammer and sounded the stringers, and they do sound good. They sound solid. There's nothing wrong with them at all. Nice and solid, nice and strong. I'm going to beef them up a little bit. I have some ideas for that. I'm going to run by a few other people first before I announce it to the world. Not really a big deal, but I am going to beef up the whole area because I do expect to have two Yanmar diesels down here. If I can get away with the 4-cylinder turbos, if that's enough horsepower, the original horsepower rating for each motor was 275 right there on these big nasty V8s. So if the 4-cylinder Yanmars with the turbo have enough torque and horsepower to push this 43-foot mahogany beast, great. If not, we'll go up to 6 cylinders. 4 cylinders might be pushing it, might not be strong enough, but we'll see. That's so far down the road, I'm not even worried. I may even do Volvo Pentas. I'm not sure yet. It all depends on what comes up. Brand new refurb, as long as it's warranted, I don't care. As long as it's a good name brand. I'm definitely not putting Mercruisers in here. I am not going back to whatever that thing is. I'm not doing gas. Definitely diesel. Switching to diesel. The fuel tanks, which actually one of them goes right there under the port side berthing area. There's another one on the other side, but somebody took them out a while ago, thank God. So anyway, he was here doing that and staying out of his way, not messing up down there at all while we wait for it to get removed. I was up here removing some wiring. Let's see if I can pan out. There we go. Removing some wiring. I pulled all this wiring out of the cabin, out of the salon down there, and moved all the stanchions I'm probably not reusing. They all go here in these little pockets, and they come straight up, and they got wires going through them, and some have mahogany rails on top. I saw another boat just like this, 2 feet longer and a year younger, but it had stanchions and a Chris Craft. Came up a couple inches, out, and then all the way up to the final finished height, which gives you more room to walk the gunnels. And for the wife or normal sized people, that's probably not an issue. But for me, being as tall as I am and as big as I am and as wide as I am, oof, that's dusty. I want them kicked out a little bit. It looks really nice. It's on another Chris Craft just like this, another Constellation. So while he was down there doing that, I was up here cleaning today. You know, the stanchions were all here. So everything's all cleaned up here. I actually cleaned the windows, scraped off the stickers. I didn't clean this window. I just cleaned that one. And 3, 4 windshields in the front. And these 2 over here. I gotta do this last one right here. What else? The hell is that? Anyway, I found a dead cicada up here. It was over there in the corner. These things are huge. But yeah, I cleaned everything up. I removed the compass. It's back there. It's got to get cleaned up. Laid on my back, got all the mahogany clean, got the windows clean, everything clean. Just looks nice. I got to do the helm at some point or get rid of that trip hazard. Cleaned all over here. Cleaned the door, opened it up, cleaned it top and bottom. Just did a lot of cleaning today. It may seem stupid to clean the windshields of a boat that's going to be sitting in this exact spot for the next 2 years, undergoing renovation, restoration, customization. But you know, I also cleaned some of the sides here because walking on it was getting filthy. It just looks better. It's nice. It's like you come here and it's like, oh wow, that just, it's a little bit of progress. Didn't cost anything but a little time, and it looks great, and it's motivating to see how clean it is, how nice it is. And when the wife comes, she won't be getting all dirty, sitting on it, rubbing up next to stuff and whatever. So I want her to be happy. And that's about it for today. I'm just going to continue taking out some more wiring down below. I'm going to cut out as much as possible without going near the Halon system. And that's a wrap for today. And that is about it. I moved all the wood from the top side here. I put it all up on the bow. I'm going to cover it with a tarp because these beams do condensate a little bit and it drips down on the boat, which is really not a big deal at all. There's like one spot right there. There's a few spots out front, but I'm just going to cover that stuff with a tarp. And when it comes time, this is going to be the first big project. This whole structure, this whole top is getting cut all the way across here. These poles are going to get extended, and this whole roof is going up probably about 6 to 8 inches because it's yeah, that's why. So anyway, I might have to just put it up a whole foot. I don't know, we'll see. I'm thinking at least 6 to 8 inches. But that's it for today. All right, I'm gonna go back down below, continue working. Later.